Okay, where do we start? Yeah, change the colours. I can't really see very clearly there. I've never used this colour before, but it'll do. It stands out in the video. Normally use clear looks, but sometimes the right click in the file manager doesn't work properly. It's out the way there. I'll get rid of that eventually, I expect. I just find these are just separators, see that vertical line, and they just take up space. They don't do anything for me. If you like them, leave them there. I just value the space more than them. And I never use that one because it's on the bottom of the menu anyway, so I can't see the point. Oh yeah, that's a network connection, but my connection's normally reliable, so I get rid of that, but you get rid of that a different way to me fannying about there at the moment. You can put this either side. I've had it a different panel with menus both sides, and I find I was just using the one on the right hand side, so I'll stick this up that way, but you can put it anywhere basically. You see what that's doing, it's the size of the icons. Well, that's not a bad starting position, just a little bit more to do. I don't know why they leave these the standard small size so you can't read the text. If you put a larger size icon there, you can read the text now. There's some point in having a label. Never see the point in having them on the desktop. You can see it says installer now. How very handy. But we've already installed it, so not really a great deal of point in having them on the desktop. Right to have them there on the install in case somebody wants to read a manual, but it's just as easy to put a link on the desktop pointing at the manual as put the manual there itself. I don't normally show the titles. You know what that one does. It's an icon, it's the menu. This is the way I set the file manager up, to each their own. I'll set the way I want it. I like the toolbar style. I like the tree on the left. Don't see much point in having the type there because the extension shows as part of the name anyway, so what's the point? That's the desktop. I get a bit fluffy here, but let's move them out of the way. And then I think, well, you're moving the installer, and you'll need that if you do a remaster, but it's in the main menu anyway, so you don't really need it there. Now, the funny thing with the standard install, although we've moved them now and they don't exist in the desktop, they're still showing up on the desktop. It doesn't refresh itself. Desktop's empty, look. If you press F5, they'll disappear. But you want that. You don't want to be pressing F5 all the bloody time. So what I do is download this little app or program. And with that installed, everything refreshes and updates automatically. I've found that one to be used on Crunch, Bang, quite a few other LMD, I think it's on. It's used on most. Just to test it out. And that should appear on your desktop. Why didn't it? Maybe I need to reboot to get it to work. Yeah. Reboot. I normally reboot because I don't have to type. If you log out, log in, you got to bloody type. Now it should appear. Oh, success. That's all working now. Because that can be quite confusing when you move stuff around and it doesn't automatically refresh. Oh, big blank spot there by the look of it. We'll let it carry on. Now you've got a panel in the left side, but you don't want it that big, so let's turn it down a bit. Let's add the standard menu there, right down the bottom. And it's automatically pointing at it, so you don't need to do anything. That's just turning off the title. Now we can get rid of that bit. Now that menu is exactly the same as the one on the other side.